Welcome to this episode of China-Africa Talk. I'm Gao Junya. As China and Africa deepen their partnership across development and governance, human rights, especially the right to development, have come to the forefront in this shared journey. In an interview with Liu Hongwu, director of the Institute of African Studies at Zhejiang Normal University, he shares why China, as the largest developing country, places such strong emphasis on development-focused human rights, and why this resonates deeply across Africa. He also discusses China's role in advancing the right to development across the African continent. Here's the full interview between Liu Hongwu and my colleague Jiang Tao.
We all know the term human rights, but why China, as a major developing country, put so much emphasis on human rights, especially the right to development?
Yes, as you know, we focus on the Chinese people's human rights development. And so China and Africa cooperation is focused on not only the human rights, but also we are focused on our economy and development. We want to get better the human rights. So we always see China's human rights and get very quickly in development in the past 100 because China unity won. We together by the organization, by the China Communist Party, lead all the Chinese people together. So we get the human rights developed very quickly. So today, maybe for the most African country, it should be the unity. Not only African unity together, such as African organization, African Union together. The no unity, no rights, no human rights for the African country. But most African people, they always see not only the Africa should be in unity together. You know, Africa has the African Day every year. What is Africa Day? That names Africa should be unity together. So today Africa should be unity China, or to cooperation, unity, China and Africa working cooperation and human rights.
Personally, I think the right to development is also very important. But some people say that China-Africa human rights dialogue is kind of an alternative to the Western-dominated human rights discourse. What's your take on that?
Okay, we can understand the Western countries' concern about the China and Africa cooperation. But as you know, for the China and Africa, we are cooperation, just focus on ourselves for cooperation, China and Africa. We have not the against Western country, the relation with Africa, because the China and Africa, we are not only China independence of the country, and also Africa, they have the independent system. So China and Africa cooperation just focus on our benefit each other. We are always equal cooperation. We are focused on each other's benefits. So I think maybe Western media, Western country, not the need to cancel China and Africa cooperation the relation. Because if the China and Africa cooperation, we can focus, we can push, we can hope the Africa develop quickly, and Africa get the peaceful, and African country have the economy and develop very quickly. So we can make the Africa larger than international market. And also not for the China's advice and opportunity for the China, but also that means the Western country, Western company, they have the more opportunity to share the largest African international market. Yes.
Turning to a broader topic, looking at the big picture, what are the main challenges or obstacles that need to be overcome to promote human rights development together in China and Africa?
That is a good question. You know, for the not only China and also Africa country, in the history, especially the past 100 years ago, we are for the very poor and very lower development in the world. So we always call the China and the largest developed country. What it means, the developed country? That means that China and Africa should be many areas, should be one by one, 1 year and 1 year, and slowly independence, the development in the future. So today, maybe some area China have the organization very strong, so we can get our planning for the development issues. But most of Africa countries is small and very poor, and also maybe some is weak. So if they get the human rights and development every year, that is for the maybe some area is for difficult. I think maybe first one is the African countries' economy developing very slowly. So if no develop, know the rights of the life, how the African country get the human rights. So we always always say that China and Africa should be in a cooperation together. First one, we should be push our economy and development and get our to reach people rich and rich. So just another one in question is we have to share the common idea. For the most of the African country, because there are so many tribal, such as Nigeria, not only population is larger, but they have maybe 200 tribal, the different tradition, different language, different religions. So how the African country should be get the common the idea. What is the human rights? How we can get the human rights should be more and more unity together.
I want to ask a question related to your institute. It recently published a slew of academic works. So what exactly are the main academic questions these publications are addressing?
Yes, this year we are cooperation African think tank. And the academy, the institutes and media from the different African countries were together, face-to-face, together in the Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. That is called the political African political capital. So we are publications very important. The academics names China and African development rights in the council in Addis Ababa, where publications we are common share what is means human rights, how we can push our human rights, and in the future how we can unity together, such as development rights and right of the people's life, and right of the people to get the economy and get rich. So we are publication the China we have the global governance document, and also we have the global development and global security, and also the global civilization consensus. So this area, China, and we should be more and more strong cooperation. We can better understand each other's culture. Because the African situation not is very same in China. So what is the African people want? What is the African people they need? So China should be the more better standard, but understand and research the African they want. So we push our cooperation very useful.
And obviously China and Africa have shared experience, especially in fighting against poverty. How has the consensus on the right to development has been received in Africa? And do you see it starting to influence the local people there?
Yes, the human rights issues is very important, the dialogue and the words. And they always say that if the China and Africa cannot the media cooperation, we have the planet, so we cannot better understand. So today we always say that China should be the set up the medium planting cooperation in the Africa country. Just the recently 2 decades, more and more African media organizations they are coming to China. They stay in Beijing, stay in our institute, so they can get the straight information in China and report the situation in China and transfer back. They went back to the African country. They introduced the China really the situation, told the African country better understand China. In today, such as the political system and China's Communist Party ruler. Why is always say that China's Communist Party ruler and where political system and economic system is best for the China. So today also we wanted to maybe in the future the cooperation African media cooperation is such as human rights the area to train more and more the young generation more the reports and rights the people come here so can write the report by our two-sided balance the information the transfer each other.
All the groundworks, and China has played an important role in promoting Africa's, no matter economic terms or social terms. And also, today the summit announced the launch of the China-Africa Human Rights Research Think Tank Cooperation Network. What motivated its creation, and what's the long-term goal?
Yes, we have this China and the think tank and forum. Our two cooperation with African countries think tank under the very long time. So we have a very useful organization think tank forum. But today we wanted to set up a new organization called the China and the African Human Rights new network. So in the future we can more get the easy to transfer our information and get the cooperation every country. And as you know, the African, the largest continent, they have the 54 countries. So such a large numbers of African countries. So how we can use for the cooperation all African country. So we wanted to get more the information, the organization, all the African country together.
And how will this network actually work on the ground? Will it involve joint research projects?
Yes. As you know, in the Zhejiang Normal University, our Institute of Africa Study, with very useful system cooperation with the Africa countries think tank. But today we also want to some the cooperation, financial and projection support each other. So we maybe in the future we are invent and give the opportunity and advise the opportunity for the African people, the media and newspaper and television and write every year come here to together work here. And also we are maybe every year we are go to the African country to hold such as China and the African Media Cooperation Forum every year. Just this year we'll go to the Addis Ababa and Johannesburg for the company the G20 hold the Johannesburg will set up the China and the African Media Cooperation Forum, and we have the partnership, the organization China and African Media Cooperation. So in the future we are face to face and country to country to discussion more in detail on African media organization. In the future we can every year we start up just as China and the African Cooperation Forum. We are last year we have the 10 partnership, the projection So maybe in the future we are focused on more detail, more useful cooperation, such as a media cooperation area.
My final question, what do you expect to see in the future for China-Africa human rights cooperation?
Yes, generally, actually, China and Africa, we have the long time history. We have the special difference around the culture, history, and heritage, and also we have the idea about what is the human rights. So China and African human rights development should be the basic on our independence situation. China and African have the special route, special model, our two sides. So in the future, we should be not only the academic study, research and cooperation, and also we want to the international organization, such as a focus on human rights and cooperation. So we, as you know, today the information time, and you know the China and African cooperation, such as media cooperation, the digital cooperation is very quickly. So more and more Chinese company, such as television and mobile and so on, in the different African country. So give us more and more opportunity and the resource can cooperation push our each side, our two sides. I really hope maybe in the future, I really hope that China's media, in the China's traditional media and new media, just as Xinhua news agents and CGTN, you are very strong local organization in different African countries. So I really wanted to more and more change the media, young generation. You should be go to African country and area to study, to better understand the African situation. If you better understand the African situation, maybe you best report African situation. So really, I hope the China media, more and more Chinese media go to African country to get a report in the African country.
Media indeed plays a crucial role in strengthening mutual understanding between China and Africa. And that's exactly what our program has been committed to over the years. During the China-Africa Human Rights Dialogue held on December the 10th, the China-Africa Human Rights Research Think Tank Cooperation Network was officially launched, alongside the unveiling of the China-Africa Human Rights Research Center at Zhejiang Normal University. These new platforms signal a major step forward in institutionalizing and expanding academic cooperation between China and Africa. That's it for this edition of China-Africa Talk. You can reach us via radio@cgtn.com to share your comments and ideas. I'm Gao Junya. Bye for now.